Hello YouTube, it's Little Derek.comics, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Right now I currently have Marvel Rivals booted up, and we're going to be critiquing the Hellfire Gala costume. So let's get right into it. So as you see here, if we go to Gala Star Vote, we have Vote for Best Dress. Alright, so basically we have 8 contenders. We have Emma Frost, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, Cloak Dagger, Wolverine, Black Widow, Bruce Banner, and Captain America. Initially this wasn't going to be who's best dressed, but after I went and reviewed the characters and kind of wrote down what I thought about them, I realized that there's definitely a clear winner here in my opinion. With that being said, this is a critique. This is me breaking down the characters from my point of view. This is what, people do when they make art. This is what we as artists and consumers do. So I thought it would be fun to critique all these characters. Now, since this is a critique, keep in mind that this is my opinion. This is not objective. I'm simply taking what I think is good about them and articulating them and giving my reasons why I think some are better than the others. Okay, so feel free to comment your favorite. Feel free to disagree with whoever I pick. Let me know who you're voting for, why you're voting for them. Do you think they're best dressed? Are you voting for Emma so she gets a new skin? Let me know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to base this off of how unique the designs are, how unique they are to the characters, and how over the top they are somewhat, and how well they executed it. We're kicking this off with the White Queen herself, Emma Frost, and we're going with her base outfit. Emma Frost has the kind of Frieza pose going. She's got this kind of shiny diamond fit. The color palette is really nice. It's like this blue and white color palette. It's really unique. And since she is the White Queen, she is wearing a white and blue outfit. So she has these other darker outfits, but this one is cool. It really showcases her. It really showcases the outfit, and it really fits her character. I like the blue lipstick. It also matches the fit. The diamonds are a nice touch. The diamonds are probably the hallmark of this outfit. They're sparkling. You can see them a mile away. It draws your attention into the rest of the fit, and they're kind of littered throughout the outfit, and it fits her ability. So as we go to the MVP screen, her ability goes with the fit, so it's kind of a performative part to it as well. So yeah, she's also got these earrings. The earrings fit, the jewelry, the necklace fits. This is almost like a cape she's got going as the dress. It's very nice. The boots are nice. She's got her legs drawn to attention, which people usually show off skin, but it's interesting that she shows off her thighs, which are kind of one of her most prominent parts. And she does have a little bit of cleavage going up top. She's not afraid to show off her assets and flaunt what she's got. And, the small textures and features on the dress are all just a nice touch. Everything she has going is very cohesive. With that being said, it is an amazing fit, but something about the cutoff is not doing it for me. Something feels missing. If I compare it to this, everything kind of feels complete. She's got a lot exposed on this one too, but I don't know. This one feels more complete. This one feels more of a gala skin. If it were this one, I might actually give her a 10 out of 10 for this one. It feels more like it's in place for the gala. Also like the bob that she's got, but it doesn't feel quite as over the top as the other ones. It's really good, but when compared to everyone else's, it's missing something. With that being said, I still think this is an amazing outfit, and the White Queen gets a 9 out of 10. And coming after the White Queen, we have the Black King. We have T'Challa. So we have his Demisa Sarki. So already this is a little bit unfair because this is a more intricate skin. It's got like its own MVP screen, but we're still gonna judge it accordingly. So first off, as you can see, he's got a very clean cut. The fade is nice. He's got the nice gold earrings. He looks very lavish. He looks like royalty. The pants, the shoes are great, and he's even got that vibranium on his pants. It adds to the texture. It gives that little glowing effect. And everything he has on the fit is really working. The dark pants with the gold with the kind of purple drapery. He's got a little man cleavage going. That's a really nice touch. I'm not gonna lie. You don't see that too much. The face paint is great. He's just really clean cut, clean shaven, well groomed. The only thing that's not working as well is this little shoulder pad. It's a bit much, but I will admit that it does add some balance to, you know, this drapery right here that kind of takes up a lot of the right side. This kind of balances that out a bit, so I think it's nice there. The green also works really well. He's got the color palette down. I'm not really hating on that. Everything is working pretty well. It feels slightly over the top in certain places. Like I said, the shoulder pad is a bit much. I do like these little triangular bits. They kind of remind you that this is still Black Panther. He's ready to fight at any given time, but he's stylish while doing it. So outside of the over the top parts of this is really well done, and I will also give T'Challa a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have Scarlet Witch. Alright, and we're going with her Chaos Gown. So this gown is a free skin in the Hellfire Gala. You unlock it at the start of the season. I don't think it's available anymore for you to unlock, but it was a free skin. That won't really have any bearings in this though. So the thing with Wanda's fit is that it's nice, it's great. I really like the kind of red jewelry bits in the dress, especially along this line right here. It's really nice. I like the hair is really well done. I like this kind of purple highlight going on. I like the gloves and the rings around the gloves, and I especially like these kind of beads along the headdress. It makes the headdress a lot more unique. It matches her eyes. The kind of shoulder pads over here are really nice too. It's almost like she's trying to contest with Emma. And I like how she's kind of showing some skin along the shoulders. It's nice. You can kind of see her cleavage, but it's kind of got like this kind of mesh around it. It's very nice. It's very nice skin. The thing is, it's not that different from the rest of her skins. And I know I'm judging this based off of everybody in the gala, but when you compare it to whatever else she has, this looks just like her normal style. She didn't bring anything new to the gala. It looks like she just pulled a normal fit from her closet, and even though it's really well done, I really like it. I also like all of her other fits. I'm not gonna lie to you. It just feels usual. You know, it's still Scarlet. You know, she kind of looks like a witch doctor on this, I guess. So, you know, it's like I said, out of all the skins, I think this is my favorite, but it doesn't feel like anything new. She didn't show out for this one like all the other characters did. She feels like she stepped into the gala more than stepping out into the gala, if you know what I mean. So for this one, I'm going to give it a 7 1/4, so 7.25. Love the skin still, but it's just pretty average for Scarlet. And next up, we'll be going with Cloak and Dagger. Now, this one right here is gonna be insane. Cloak and Dagger are, you know, they have some pretty nice fits. They're used to dressing out, but this one really takes the cake. And this is another one with a unique MVP screen or whatever, but you know, they're all in the battle pass. They definitely worked a bit harder on this one, it feels like, but it's phenomenal. It is amazing. So off rip, you can kind of tell that Candy has this new hairstyle that she hasn't really shown in any of the other skins. So that's already a good part. She has these kind of feathers along the skin, and you can also see that they have these masks that disappear, so you won't really have them in the fight, but that's not really the point. It's still a part of the costume, so I'll count it. So the masks are a good touch, and the fact that they disappear kind of adds to the character, I feel like, so that's another good touch. The asymmetry on the boots I really like. It's, I guess, maybe not the most practical thing, but you can kind of see her legs on this one, and then it kind of covers up her leg on this one. You kind of got this one little curve that comes in. I guess that balances it out a bit. But the color palette is insane. The gold matches, it kind of goes with her, blonde hair. The black feathers kind of go with, this dark kind of galaxy he's got going. It also matches with his hair. Let's see. And another thing about this is just the duality of it. You have two different characters just juxtaposing each other and two different outfits, and they both go really well on both of the characters. Ty is rocking the gold pretty well. I can't tell if that's a different hairstyle than usual, but the cape, this kind of back cape is insane. His cape is just bringing it all together. The purple goes really well. Every color, every part of this outfit just goes so well together, and they just go so well together. They feel like they belong together. It really fits the character. And this outfit is like, I can't find anything wrong with this fit. Is it over the top? Yes, but it's over the top in a good way. It's not like they're not doing too much. I like how much they're doing. So with that being said, this one is a 10 out of 10. There's so much that I can't even begin to cover with this skin. And honestly, just everything is done well. And not only is it done well, it's over the top in a great way. So 10 out of 10 for this one. And now we are going to the most iconic X-Men himself, Wolverine. And our boy Logan is also rocking a free skin. So you can get this for voting for your character once you get to the voting period. You get 10 votes in and you get this free patch skin. So I don't know much about the patch lore, admittedly, but that's not really what this is about. We're just judging this in the context of the Hellfire Gala. So let's talk about it. He has a tux. He has this full suit on, and it's very retro, very old school. It's very vintage. The whole suit screams vintage, and it fits with Wolverine because Wolverine's an old man. He's been alive a pretty long time. He's practically immortal. So he has some class to him. Wolverine has some class to him, and he's showing it in this skin. He's got this kind of, I don't even know what to call this, but all this texture going on in the undershirt. He's got this tie made of, I'm assuming, some form of animal material or faux animal material, which also adds to the old schoolness of it, but it also kind of fits his kind of color palette. So it goes well with him. I don't know why the patch is there, but it kind of fits. It makes him look a little bit cooler. It's almost like a monocle, but not a monocle. And he has his hair done. So if you look at his normal hair, it's pretty loose. His beard is all out there. Whereas in this one, his beard is a little bit more trimmed. It looks like he might have brushed or combed it. And his hair has got this kind of slickness going to it. And he's even got this little bang hanging out. So he's well groomed on this one with the exception of his hands. But, it's Wolverine. He's got to be a hairy man. And the shoes are really nice too. Very nice gold on the shoes. The cufflinks kind of make like these X's. So it reminds you he's an X-Men. He's got an X on this little handkerchief he's got in there. Nice pop of red on it too. The color palette works. It's a very bold white and black color palette with a few other colors that fit the palette. There's small other pops of color, but he does it well. Everything is done well, but the only thing I will say about this skin is that at the end of the day, it is a suit. It's nothing too extravagant. The appeal of it that makes it not just your average suit is that he did bring a lot of vintage elements to it, and he brought some old school swag to it. So I will give his a 9 as well. He looks sharp because he's Wolverine. And then his actual sharp claws add to it. Everything is done pretty well on this one. It's just a little lackluster on paper since it is just a suit, but he did the suit well. So 9 out of 10 for Wolverine. Next up, we have Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, and we are going to be going with his Joe Fixit. So I don't know much about the Mr. Fixit lore either. Again, doesn't really have any bearings on this, so we're going to start with Bruce Banner. And this is going to be difficult because this is kind of like 2.5 characters all rolled into one, but we're going to kind of combine them all for a cohesive score. So right off the bat, Bruce is killing this fit. Bruce, I really love this fit. Where do I start? So he's also got kind of this, you know, full suit on. He's got these gold chains. Everybody's wearing gold in this gala. He's got this purple tie, and I guess that's to, you know, juxtapose the green gamma. That's good. And he's got these red glasses. That's really cool too. I love the glasses. I think that might be the best part of this fit. And he's got this kind of clean shave going on. A little less clean shaven on the beard. It's kind of like 5 o'clock shadowy sort of. But also I love the texture on his gun. I really do. The thing is, these kind of, I don't know if these are tattoos or textures or what, or maybe that's a part of him going on the skin and on the hands. I think it looks nicer on the hands, but in the face it's a little bit much, especially with this blue. I feel like if the blue were the main color and it was in the gun as well instead of the gamma. I know gamma is always green, but later on I'll kind of explain that it feels like he doesn't really need it in this costume. Plus there are costumes that change the color and effects on the character. So I think the gun could have gotten away with being blue. But I think he looks sharp in this. He really looks like a completely different character. Very different from his usual other alternates, his attires, and the punk suit. So he knows how to dress, but this one is out of the ordinary, which is a good thing. But let's talk about Mr. Fix-It, aka Hulk. So he's got this kind of glowing blue on him, and it's kind of this blue in the face too, like Banner had. And I think that's a cool thing. He's got the purple tie, and since there's no green, this kind of fits a little, well, okay, it's still kind of, he has the gamma occasionally, and it fits with that. It's a little less all over the place on this one because you don't see the green in like the gun or anything. It's just when he's using it. And I think it works better on this one. Now he's kind of got these straps. It kind of is giving a little bit of Nathan Drake. You know how he has the little gun holster or whatever. But yeah, I like the uniqueness of it. He's kind of almost like a mix of overalls, suspenders. The shoes are really good. They match. They're pretty much the same shoes as Banner's. It's really weird that he gets a different fit, but they match with each other. So I think this is a good one. I think this is a little bit better on Hulk than Banner. I do like Banner's better, but in terms of just cohesion, I feel like Hulk is doing it a bit better. Now let's talk about Monster Hulk. So I really like this one. The blue is kind of like in place of where the gamma would be, because if you look at, say, the normal Hulk, it's kind of got like this gamma oozing. Yeah, that's what it's usually doing. But with this one, it's that kind of electricity, and I like these kind of metallic looking pieces all over it, especially in the jaw. So it's really weird that it's prominent on Monster Hulk and not, you know, Mr. Fix-It Hulk. I think the color palette is working arguably best here. The red goes with the purple pretty well, especially since you got the blue there. The gray kind of brings it all together. It shows, like, it makes the colors pop. I think the colors work best on here. So between Hulk and Monster Hulk, I think they do the color palette better, and even though I like the fit for Banner better, I think they do the colors better. So if I were separating them off the top of my head, I'd probably give Bruce maybe overall 7.5 maybe, because I do have to take away some points for the lack of cohesion in the colors and just the kind of the little face tattoo-esque portions kind of take away from it a bit. Hulk, I'd probably give a solid 8, maybe 8.25, and then I maybe give Monster Hulk somewhere between 8.5, maybe a little under a 9. So overall, I'll give Bruce, Banner, Hulk, General, all three characters, an 8.5. I'll give them an 8.5. I love the skin, but there's a lot going on. I will give him points for, you know, dressing out and taking it over the top. That's always a great thing in art and in fashion and stuff like that, but it's the lack of cohesion I will take points for. So 8.5. And now we get to everybody's patriotic superhero, Captain America, the man himself. This one grew on me. It's a really nice fit. Okay, now when you see it compared to everybody else, it kind of looks a little basic, but if you really take the time and look at it, he's got one of those suits where it's got like these vertical stripes on it, and he's Captain America, so the vertical red stripes fit really well. I like the blue. The blue is so bold. He could have had a white suit. I think Wolverine pulled off the white suit pretty well. I'll give him points for that. But he wanted the blue to pop. That kind of American, kind of navy blue, the dark blue. And it gets darker as it goes along, but the blue is so bright and the red is such a bold pop too. He really nailed that. That is very bold. And he doesn't really have a tie. He's kind of got like this, I don't even know what to call that. But this red portion, this pseudo tie material and this kind of metallic stuff he's got on it. I really like that. I really like the inverted A kind of shape. I like the star. I like the red, white, and blue that goes along into his jacket. He feels very military-esque. I don't know, man. It's really cool. Like once you actually take a look at it, he's got the little A on his cufflinks, kind of like Wolverine had the X's, but this feels a bit more unique to him rather than just the general X-Men thing on Wolverine. This feels unique to Captain America, and the shield is nice too. The shield is noticeable. The different colors make it. They draw your eye to the shield, and it matches with his hair. It fits his hair, you know, kind of the blonde and the gold, they kind of go together, but the colors are kind of diluted so that it doesn't take away from the suit. The suit is still the most noticeable part, but you also see the shield and notice the shield with the different dull colors. So they both work really well to draw your eye to each thing. And also him putting the shield on his back, I don't know if he's going to do it, but that's a really nice touch. I like the ring. He just looks really sharp. The shoes are really great too. And he's even got, you know, his hair kind of slicked back and stuff. He's got his hair done. He's got this kind of clean shave to him. So I think he's doing everything right. So even though it is a bit basic in a sense that it is a suit and it's not crazy flamboyant and over the top like somebody like Emma or even T'Challa, he does everything he's supposed to, and he does it well. The parts that he's got in spades. So I can't really find anything wrong with it other than the fact that it's a little simple. So with that being said, I'm gonna give Captain America a 9 for doing everything right. Also, I think I forgot to talk about Black Widow. So let's talk about Black Widow right quick. We have her red runway veil. This one grew on me. So at first I thought it was a bit much, and honestly it is a bit much, but this is probably the most meta skin in the gala. She's Black Widow, all right, and this skin references that. So right off the bat, she's got this black dress and these red colorings to it, just like an actual Black Widow. A lot of these seem sharp. They really get her contours and make it kind of like these, almost like a thin spider's legs. And then we have to talk about this kind of hourglass, like red hourglass that's symbolic of a Black Widow. That's really cool. And she's kind of got it in like her earrings. The gold really helps it. Everybody's got gold. She's showing her back off. That's really nice. And also, it's a bit literal because she's literally dressed like a widow. So we have like these black meshes along the arms, along the neck. And then this kind of mask she has is reminiscent of like something a widow would wear. She looks like she just lost her husband or bit her husband's head off, if you know what I mean. She looks like she just shot somebody. I like the drapery going on. I like the red. The color palette is insane. The color palette is really working well. The only thing I'll say about it is that it is still a bit over the top, especially the kind of, you know, headdress mesh she's got. I also like the hair is really well done. Like from here to the long ponytail, it's nice. The hourglasses again, nice repetition. I think she's doing everything really well. I just think that this is a bit much, the kind of spider she's got going on. I'm assuming that's a spider. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, and even though she's referencing Black Widow, I think we kind of give the spiders to more of the Spider-Man kind of characters, and even outside of that, even if we weren't gonna say that, this kind of black design on there is a bit much. I think if it was maybe gold, if the colors were switched around, it wouldn't be as bad. I like that you can see her eyes and stuff, but that's the only part that is really that I couldn't really get behind. So with that being said, I'm gonna give Black Widow a 9. I'm gonna give her a solid 9. No, I'm gonna give her a 9.25. I'm gonna give her a 9.25 because I think the over the topness is definitely something I gotta give points for because she mostly did it well. So I'll give her a 9.25. All right, now we have one last guest appearance that I want to mention, and it's Luna Snow. So even though she's not on the roster for the voting, she does have a skin and she's dressed really well. This is a kind of gala specific skin. I guess it's not technically a part of the gala, but I'm like, bro, everybody else who's dressed relatively well is in the gala. So I'm going to count this one. All right, because I feel like this is not fair. I feel like Emma was hating on Luna, and therefore she kicked her out of the running. But I feel like that's my opinion. But let's talk about Luna right quick. So Luna is not a stranger to fashion. She's got nothing but great alt. So this one is nothing new. But I will say that this one is unique from her other alts. Luna really knows how to dress. She's very fashionable. So we have some asymmetric colors going on here. The black and the white, Luna's known to have kind of black and white in her colors. That's who she is. But she's also got some purple and gold going here. So these contrasting colors, these opposite, these complementary colors, they go really well together. And she's somebody that pulls off asymmetry really well. Like she's got different color eyes. The black and white contrasting each other is nice. She's got the toes out and 2 separate shoes. That's really cool to pull off. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see what else she's got. She's got extra makeup than usual. So she's usually prone to having makeup, but you can see she's got a little bit more on the lashes, a little bit more eyeliner. And she's kind of got this new lipstick to match the dress. And just all the little pendants and jewelry, the snowflakes, the earring, and it's like a solo earring too. She's got this black and white hair going down. So I think she really nails this. I think everything is done really well on her. So and she's got a little bit of the skin in the back showing. She's also pretty conservatively dressed. There's not too much skin showing. I think that's pretty nice. I like the other ones that do have the skin showing. Nothing against them. It's cool, but it's kind of unique that she doesn't have a lot of skin showing, and it also kind of fits her character because she doesn't usually show off too much skin. I like the gloves and the asymmetry of the gloves. So everything is working well here. The only thing is I'm not really sure about this whole sash deal. It's kind of nice, but it's a little bit much, but it does draw your eye towards the dress. So with that being said, I will give this one a 9.5. I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10. All right, and with that being said, we have come to the end of our critique on the characters. So, who is best dressed? And again, at first I wasn't going to give a best dressed, but I have to give it to Cloak and Dagger. This is the only one I gave a solid 10 out of 10. I think that not only do they have a lot going on, but everything they have going on is just phenomenal. Dang, they're perfect. You know, there's no such thing as perfection in art or anything, but I couldn't find any flaws. And the more I looked, the more I found that I loved the skin. And I think in doing this, I found a reason to love everybody's skin. I don't think anybody on here has a bad skin. I think there are some that are better than others, but honestly, everybody here really came to slay. They came and they did their thing, but I just have to give it to Cloak and Dagger. So, you know, let me know who you thought wore it best, who was best dressed. Let me know who your favorite character is, and do you like this type of content? Do you want more Marvel Rivals? Let me know in the comments below. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.